So if we're trying to figure out how we belong rather than uh, if we belong, and we understand that belonging isn't a feeling, it's a fundamental pattern that we can align ourselves with, then what we need to do is spend some time with other people exploring our stories. Because our stories, which are not just memories of the great time we had when we went to the beach for our 16th birthday, or stories about the car accident we got into, or our friend group in high school, or anything like that. Those are stories, but stories are also the narratives that go through our head. They're the things that we think are true about ourselves, the things that the ways that we organize our relationships with other people. Stories are our dreams. Our stories are our patterns of reactions and behaviors and thinking and feeling. It's everything. So when we sit with a small group of people to share those stories, what comes out when we share our stories is the information that's necessary to begin articulating what our identity, our purpose, and our needs are. And we can get help in doing so from those people who are listening to our stories. And then, as I've said in the past, when other people who we trust have heard our stories and thought through the content of our patterns, our thinking, our feeling, our behaving, our reactions, all that kind of thing, when they articulate our identity, purpose, and needs, they can do so with a much higher degree of authority and clarity than we can, because they're not looking through the lens that we look through of all of our past shames and mistakes and embarrassments and regrets that we carry around and give too much weight to oftentimes. They're seeing us as receivers of our identity and purpose. And so they can, without arrogance and without self-promotion, they can say what's amazing about us. What is the purpose that's life-changing? What is the purpose that we bring that's life-changing for them? Most of the time in groups that I have facilitated or participated in, when people hear their fellow story sharers articulate their identity and purpose, they're shocked. Not because it's something that they never suspected. Almost every single time I've ever participated in this, people say something along the lines of, "Holy cow. Well, I guess I knew that was true, but I never considered that it was as big of a deal as you guys are saying it is." And then they get to hear confirmation that it is a big deal, that who they are and what they have to offer is really, really valuable. And that's where independence can start to dissolve, because if we're as cool as our friends say we are, then we don't need to worry so much about taking care of all of our own needs, because we're worth other people caring for us. We are valuable enough to get our needs met by the people who care about us. And though it's not an exchange, their meeting of our needs is just as much of a gift to us from them as us living out our purpose is a gift from us to our friends. This giving of gifts is a lot different than like bartering. I'll give you the value of my identity and purpose if you pay me by meeting my needs. That reduces it to a transactional experience, and what we're living into is an organic, naturally occurring experience that breathes life, that helps people to heal and to grow into the most powerful version of themselves, which is good for everybody, which is good for the whole system. It's really quite a beautiful thing. It's a very different way than how our society operates right now. But in my not so humble opinion, it's worth striving for.